Hey there fellow gamers and cocktail enthusiasts, Ben here, and welcome to another Castles and Cocktails recipe video. So having finally finished my playthrough of the remake of Super Mario RPG for the Switch, after being a huge fan growing up playing the original cartridge version as well, I have to say that while the updated graphics are fine, the game actually has seemed to have lost a little bit of its charm in the process. While I am thrilled that a new generation can enjoy this story, and the gameplay is still 100% solid, just like the original, the updated visuals, for some reason, just don't quite capture the same joy that I have playing the original. Could be a nostalgia factor, could be a bias factor, but I think they kind of did the game a little bit of a disservice by trying to make it too modern. That said, it is a very fun experience, and I do highly recommend the game, as well as this cocktail. Today, we're making Johnny's Currant Juice. So while the new version is just called Super Mario RPG, the original title being Super Mario RPG, The Legend of the Seven Stars, the fifth of these stars you get from a shark character that's living in a sunken ship in the bottom of the ocean named Jonathan Johnny Jones. And on the table he has in front of him, he has what looks like a wine glass full of what the game calls currant juice. I think it's definitely supposed to be wine, but they're trying to make it more G-rated, so it has to be currant juice. And honestly, it was currant juice in the original, so it doesn't make any sense to call it anything else in the new version either. I played a lot with different ideas for cocktails for this game, everything from recovery items that in the original game where it had little icons that had they looked like a cup with a straw in it. I was like, do I do a Gino cocktail? Because everyone loves Gino. But I was like, no, the fact that it gives me something that looks like a cocktail in the game, I've got to go with that. So this is definitely one of those cocktails that has a lot of weird, different ingredients. I will note that thinking, well, Johnny's a pirate, I have to make a rum cocktail, right? That's the only thing that makes sense. I tried it with rum, and it works, but there's something about this mixed with vodka, vodka being a lot more of a base neutral spirit that just lends itself to a more well-rounded cocktail. So this is a round and about vodka cocktail that we're going to be making today. All right, so let's really talk about these ingredients here. You're going to want some dry vermouth, just a little. You want pomegranate juice. Not grenadine, just regular pomegranate juice. We don't want this to be too sweet. I've gone with some mandarin orange vodka. This is some, absolute mandarin. You can use any orange vodka, it doesn't really matter. You're gonna want some orange liqueur. I've got some Grand Marnier today. To get our main flavor and core of this drink, we have some Creme de Cassis. It is a black currant liqueur, a little bit tart, but still relatively sweet. And to bring back some of the flavors you might expect out of a seaside drink that would probably include rum, is some Bittercube Jamaican #1 bitters. This brings in like grapefruit, allspice, ginger, a lot of those more complex flavors that you'd expect out of something more piratey. Now the original drink in the game, Johnny's Currant Juice, it looks like it's probably in a wine glass. My wine glasses don't look real fantastic, at least for the sake of this drink. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this in a coupe glass, and I've also got myself an orange peel to add a little extra color here. That's entirely optional though. And since we have mostly liquor ingredients, we don't need to worry about shaking this, so you're just gonna need a mixing glass with ice and a strainer, a bar spoon, and some sort of measuring device. I've got my angled cup here today. So we're gonna start things out with ½ an ounce of our Creme de Cassis. For my friends overseas, there are metric conversions in the description box below. You want 1 ounce of your orange vodka. ½ an ounce each of the orange liqueur and pomegranate juice. Give yourself just a bar spoon's worth of the dry vermouth and a nice healthy dash of your bitters. With all those ingredients combined, I'm just going to go ahead and give that a nice stir. Go ahead and take that mixed cocktail, strain it into your glass. And again, totally optional, but I'm going to go ahead and garnish this with a little orange peel. So, Johnny's Currant Juice. If you have a small wine glass, put it in that, but the coupe works just fine. Nice citrusy orange on the nose. A little bit of that juice coming through, but other than that, maybe a little ginger at the back end. Nice deep red. Let's go ahead and give this a try. Yeah, there's quite a lot of layers here. Wow. It is such an experience, much like the game. Let me try and give you tasting notes here. It starts out really tart. The flavor of that Creme de Cassis, that really tart black currant, hits you almost immediately. It seems sweet, and then it's like, hey, tart, punch in your face. And then it mellows out a little. You definitely get the orange. I'd say orange, then tart currant. Then you're getting way more of the bitters in the back end. You get, it's very like, hits you in the face like ginger. That's really hard to describe. Yeah, like the orange and currant are 100% the main flavors. But all of the other flavors, actually, I said the vermouth is kind of optional, but it is in there. And you think a bar spoon, you're not going to taste really a bar spoon of that with all these other flavors going on. But it is there. It's weirdly there. This is mighty tasty stuff, mate. Yeah, this is such a strange, complex cocktail. I think it can definitely probably be done with like an orange flavored rum, but rum brings a certain sweetness to the palate that I think would overpower this a little too much. There's a lot of flavors going on and definitely coming in waves, and I think, no pun intended, coming in waves, that I think rum instead of vodka would probably be a disservice to this balance of flavors. Yeah, this is I gotta tell you what, this is probably one of the most complex and interesting cocktails I've ever made for this channel. I definitely recommend giving this a try. It's so strange. It's very, very good, but there's so many, you really taste all the flavors in this. I'd say maybe if you're gonna hold back on something, maybe a regular vodka instead of the Mandarin vodka, since you're getting both orange from that as well as the Grand Marnier. But other than that, I don't know, it's just good. And having anything like this that's really more spirit forward, you wouldn't expect such bold, complex flavors, but they are absolutely there. So, before I stand here and drink this entire thing, that is Johnny's Currant Juice, my cocktail for the remake of Super Mario RPG. Personally, I would say that the original is still better, even though it's kind of the same game. I found that the remake is slightly easier. Either that, or I'm just so used to playing the original that I know it so well, so it wasn't as much of a challenge for me as it could have been, but I definitely feel like it's easier. The other thing that really bothered me about the remake is they changed the names of so many things that at a certain point it just became infuriating. Everything from names of certain characters to there were a lot of item name changes that really threw me off. Special moves had a ton of different names, and there were some changes to the script that, being so familiar with the original, I was like, that is not what that character says there. That is the wrong line. You changed that. So while it is at its core the same game, it's definitely missing a lot of the better moments and jokes that the original have. So if you have a choice between the two, play the Super Nintendo one first, then play the remake. I think that's probably going to give you the best experience. But that's going to do it for this final review and cocktail for Super Mario RPG. If you happen to make Johnny's Currant Juice for yourself, let me know what your thoughts are about it in comments below. There's something about this that it's just like, as soon as I put it down, I'm like, I want another sip. I want to keep drinking this, which is kind of dangerous. But also it's like, that's how you know you made a good cocktail, because it's like, yeah, I want more of this. That's going to be it for this, though. Thanks, guys, for watching. This has been reminding you to keep on gaming, drink responsibly, and I will see you guys next time.